So when you do the math, it's 1 in a billions and billions and billions times 1 in a thousands and thousands and thousands, which becomes 1 in a trillions and trillions and trillions chance that you exist. It's almost closer to zero than anything else that you exist. And so when you understand that, then you understand what the gift it is to be alive and who you are, and what your opportunity is to bring that gift and blessing and specialness that you are to the world and the people around you. Why are you here? What is your unique gift, purpose, talent, whatever that you are supposed to unleash to this world, to add value and inspire and connect and give energy to? Because that's what we are, energy giving. Now, there are some people that are energy taking. Avoid those people. But if you're true to your purpose, you understand that you are an energy giver. So what can you give that energy to? Find that. So find your gift, find your talent, find your blessing, because you are a blessing, and you have unique gifts, you have unique talents. Find them and unleash them to the world. Unleash it to the world without judgment, without approval, without anything. Just unleash it, and you will understand how freeing and liberating that is when you do that. Yo, what is up, everybody? This is the End-to-End Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Yun Win, and as my friends and family call me Ninja, because my fans are my friends and family, you can call me Ninja too. This is the End-to-End Podcast, the alpha to the omega, the beginning to the end, talking about life, motivation, drive, self-improvement, success, and offering you morsels in this all-you-can-eat buffet called life. Back in the studio, we are in triple-digit episodes. I'm so thankful for that, and I'm so thankful for you. And I'm going to start this podcast as I start my day every day, which is when I wake up in the morning. If you're new to the podcast, when I wake up in the morning, I always give thanks to God, the universe, for another day to do something great and be inspirational to others and add value to this world. And so with that, I want to thank you all for listening, sharing, liking, commenting, supporting, all of that. Thank you so much. As we hit triple-digit episodes, just getting started, we are continually growing and growing and growing. And so for that, thank you so much. Which brings me to my other point. I do this podcast on my own dime, on my own time. I spend my own money. There's a whole crew. We spend a lot of time on these once a week to try to get it to you consistently. We haven't missed one yet, knock on wood. But and so the only way we grow the show and achieve our mission, which is to inspire billions of lives across the planet to live to their fullest controllable potential, that means that involves you. And that's the only way we get it out there, is for you to share the show. So if you learned something, found something humorous, just got 0.0001% better, or feel that this podcast or any other of my episodes can help somebody, please do share the show. That's the only way we grow. On this last episode, when I was talking about goodwill, I got, calls and text messages and emails. Hey man, I would have taken the 12 grand instead. So different strokes, different folks. But that whole point is that we're creating awareness around concepts that can help you be successful and others around you. So if it happens, please do share the show. That's how we grow. Glad to be back in the studio. This is going to be a real quick one because I am in the middle of trial and it's a fist fight. So, I got to go back to the office right after this and start preparing for trial. And for those of you new to the show, if you don't know who I am, refugee immigrant from Vietnam. I grew up in the American dream. My parents' family came with nothing. They started a business when they were in their 50s, multi-million-dollar business, 50 some odd employees in the 80s and 90s. That's what I grew up in, and that's how I learned entrepreneurship, because I worked in that business growing up. Became a doctor, lawyer, master's of finance, business guy, have a law office in Houston, Texas, 20 people on the team. We've helped thousands of clients with millions and millions of dollars. So that's my background. That's where I am. Started a crypto, Legacy X token, have a healthcare IT tech company. So just have a lot of experience in different things. But in that regard, I'm in trial this week. It is a fist fight. There's a lot of issues going on. And so this episode, while dragging on in the intro, is going to be very, very short on the substance, which is what a blessing it is to be alive. It is a blessing to be alive. The trial that I happen to be in is a wrongful death case. It's a sad case. Widow, 5 adult children with the grandchildren. It's a very sad case. And so we're trying to bring justice for that. But in that case, in the preparation, while I'm in the midst of it, the trial's anticipated to go through all of next week as well. Um, while I'm in the midst of preparing, it's just spiritually, mentally, it's causing me to slow down uh, and separate some thoughts out um, about life because it's a wrongful death case. I've got older parents. I've got friends with older parents. They're talking to me about their parents or somebody passing away. It's just that kind of vibe that I find myself in this particular case. And so in that regard, I understand what a blessing it is to be alive. And I'm going to take this to a scientific level, which is you are a product of a one, not in a billion, but like in a multi-trillion chance of existing. And why is that? Well, from your mom's side, basic biology, sperm, egg, they come together. Two half sets of DNA come together and become a full set of DNA, 46 chromosomes, and you become a person, a spiritual being. From your mom's side, you are probably one in thousands chance that from that specific egg from your mom that had the 23 chromosomes. One in a thousandths, let's call it. From your father's side, you are a 1 in a billion chance. Because obviously when there's conception, there's billions of sperm released from your dad trying to fertilize the egg from your mom. And so 1 in a billion's chance of who you are today, that half set of chromosomes that fertilize the egg. So when you do the math, it's 1 in a billions and billions and billions times 1 in a thousands and thousands and thousands, which becomes 1 in a trillions and trillions and trillions chance that you exist. It's almost like closer to zero than anything else that you exist. And so when you understand that, then you understand what the gift it is to be alive and who you are. And what your opportunity is to bring that gift and blessing and specialness that you are to the world and the people around you. So then my question to you is, what are you doing to take advantage of this uniqueness? 1 in a trillions chance to be who you are, to be here in this realm, existing as God's gift. What are you doing to celebrate that? Is it just working 9 to 5, clocking in, clocking out, day in, day out till you die? Is that how you're going to contribute that uniqueness to the world? You see, that's why I created this podcast, because I've discovered I'll be 50 in a couple months, I have a gift for talent. I have a gift for communication and sharing ideas and a unique way of looking at things and perceiving things. And so part of how I want to share this uniqueness, 1 in a trillions odds of being me, is to share that through this podcast and other means, through advocating for my clients, advocating for justice in my eyes and their eyes, and hopefully in our community's eyes. Communicating ideas, ways of looking at things. That's my gift. That's my talent. That's my 1 in a trillionth blessing. And so perhaps if you're young and listening to this, you don't know what your gifts and talents are. Or even if you're old and you don't know what your gifts and talents are, I implore you, you are on this earth for a reason. 1 in a trillionth odds or chance to be here is not coincidental. It's not. So I implore you to try to find it as fast as you can and unleash it into the world. Unleash what you have inside you to the world. Don't plug yourself into a system that takes you away from who you are. You know what you have. You have this feeling inside of you that you're meant for more. Find that meant for more. What is that? Because I promise you, it's not working 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is a modern day convention built to work on the assembly line, designed to have workers on the assembly line, not designed to enrich the lives of human beings and their spirituality and their purpose. Find that purpose, that uniqueness, that blessing of why you're here. 1 in a trillion odds that you are here. You know, ever since I was a kid, and just call me a freak or whatever, I was very, very young, and the most important question that, this is probably a topic for another podcast, the most important question to me in all questions is just why. I would always ask my dad, why is this? Why is that? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Friends, why is this? Why is that? Because why gives you the understanding. The answer is because. That's an understanding of the world. And so every night before going to bed, it's just call me a freak. I would keep asking myself, why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here? Like, why am I here on this earth? Why are you here? What is your unique gift, purpose, talent, whatever that you are supposed to unleash to this world? To add value and inspire and connect and give energy to. Because that's what we are, energy giving. Now, there are some people that are energy taking. Avoid those people. But if you're true to your purpose, you understand that you are an energy giver. So what can you give that energy to? Find that. Find that. And if you need help in finding it, I'm here. Message me, email me, DM on any platform. We're on all of them. But find that purpose. And how do you know it's that purpose? For me, this is my personal experience. I found that when I push hard against things that I want, like I'm pushing to get what I want, I actually don't get it. I don't get it because the universe pushes back. And when I let things just go and things happen, then I know it's meant to be. And when it's meant to be, without any friction, without any pushback, without any, I don't want to say there's hard work involved and there's failure and this, but I'm just saying like you're striving and don't get it. You're striving and don't get it. When it becomes frictionless, you're working hard, things are happening, you're working hard, your things happening, then you know you're in the right alignment of what your purpose is. Because it just comes natural, like a natural current down a stream or the natural laws of the universe. Right? But that takes introspection, that takes meditation, it takes being less distracted off your electronics and technology. But we're here, it's a blessing to be here. 1 in, let's just call it a trillion. That's 12 zeros behind it. 1 in 12 zeros. It's almost zero. Because you take 1 divided by 1 with 12 zeros. It's like infinitesimally small that you exist here. You would probably have to win the Mega Millions 5 times in a row to give you the same odds as being alive here on this earth. I don't know. That math might be incorrect, but just to give you an example. So what is your blessing? What is your gift? Find it. It's not to be plugged into the matrix and the system and just get a paycheck and pay bills and live your life for 40 years and then, 40 productive years and then die. It's not that. That is not why you're here. So find your gift, find your talent, find your blessing, because you are a blessing and you have unique gifts. You have unique talents. Find them and unleash them to the world. Unleash it to the world. Without judgment, without approval, without anything. Just unleash it. And you will understand how freeing and liberating that is when you do that. Glad to be back. Wish me luck in trial. Win, lose, or draw. At least my clients will have their day of justice, their day in court. to share their story. But wish me luck, and I'll be back next week with another episode very, very soon. Before I close out, I want to close this podcast as I close my day. Every day, put my head down on the pillow before I pass out. I thank God, I thank the universe for another day of having been alive, contributing, sharing, loving, hopefully adding value to other people's lives and inspiring. So with that, thank you. If you learned about this, you learned something from the show, gave you a new perspective on how a blessing it is you are alive and the gifts that you want to or should unleash into the world, please do share the show. If you think somebody can be inspired by listening to this, please do share the show. If your knowledge swell, share the show. That's how we grow. That's the only way we can grow. Be great today, but be even more grateful. Thank you for listening, and I'll be back next week.